Hi guys, I'm Mrs. Jenkins. I'm just coming to you to talk to you about your honors project. You can find it in the table of contents under section 7. Just under honors project, this is the document that you can download. And it's got all the information in it that you're going to want. I'll just give you a quick overview and then we'll talk more about this in class. Basically, your project is to come up with a person between the time period of 1866 and 1945 that was historically relevant, meaning that they were from the U.S. or they were central to an event in the U.S. Remember, this is a U.S. history class, so we want it to be U.S. centric. And you can pick anybody during that time period as long as you can justify the word count that you have to have and the length of the documents. Okay, you can turn this in multiple ways. The examples I have here are paper, digital display, website, or video documentary. All of the information is included below. Here's your key dates for this. The document itself, the total project is 50 points. I've got that broken down with the main part of the project being 30 and everything else being 5 points each. So if you don't do the other stuff, that's okay. It's not going to kill you grade-wise. Just be aware that the final project is the bulk of the points. Here's all your due dates. First part of it is to turn in a project proposal. Then the second part is the thesis statement, just to tell me what what direction you're heading. The third part of the project is an update with an outline, just so that I know where you're heading. Part 4 is a rough draft. That's going to be due November 5th. And then the final project is due December 3rd. Okay. All the information for the project is contained here, talking about paper, digital, documentary, website. If you want to do something else, let me know. I do not have a problem with that. There are some requirements for the project, specifically page count, as well as the type of sources that you use. You are required to use specific kinds. This section will help you in writing your research topic. You have a system here, and then down here you have a person. So you're probably going to focus on this one. Obviously, Sandra Day O'Connor is a spring topic, not a fall topic, but just so you're aware, that's kind of, where we're going. For your sources, you have to have 3 secondary sources and 2 primary. I've listed here what primary and secondary sources look like. Primary sources are going to be something that was created during the time the person lived. So if we're talking about World War II, for example, it's something that was created during that time. A photograph, a newsreel, a newspaper, a government document like a court case or some other government document like a census report, an autobiography, a song, a motion picture that was created during that time, something that was created during that period. A secondary source is going to be something that was created. Somebody was looking at those primary sources and generally analyzing them to make a bigger picture. That's going to be something like a textbook, a biography, a book that was written by a historian. I have a couple examples of those right here. American Women's History, a very short introduction. This is a very small book, but this is going to be a historian that is going in there and looking at the primary sources and then analyzing them. So this would be a good secondary source because it includes primary stuff. Another one that I have, because I'm a history nerd, would be something like Husband Hunters, because this was written by a historian, and it includes primary sources in there. Okay, so these are 2 examples. You can obviously, if you're curious about something, let me know, and I will be happy to discuss that with you. Some other secondary sources would be encyclopedias, which not many people use anymore. Your citations are going to be done in MLA format. Generally, we use Turabian for history, but I'm going to allow you to do MLA because that's what our English department teaches. If you have questions about it, there's some good sources here to help you format it. Also, if you use Microsoft Word, They do have a reference section at the top. All you do is right here where it says Citations and Bibliography, switch it to MLA. And then you can manage your sources right here. You can add new sources. You can use sources you've already got in here. There are tons and tons of different types in here. There's books, websites, there's pictures, art. You know, just click on whatever different type it is. If you do an interview, all that information will just need to be filled out that's right here. Then you click OK, and it adds your new source right here. All right. And then when you're ready, it'll format it into your endnotes. Okay, I've given you some examples here of how to cite that stuff. Your annotated bibliography, here's some more examples and some specific information. Remember, you have to have 3 secondary and 2 primary. Wikipedia is never, ever a resource that you can cite as one of your citation sources. It is not primary, it's not secondary, it's actually what's called tertiary, and that is something we're not using. So you can use Wikipedia to start your research at as a jumping off point. It is not anything you can cite though. Okay, if you ever have any questions, just let me know. We'll talk some more about this as time passes and the semester goes on. And I hope to see you all soon. Have a great day, and I'll see you in class.